Hello to my Leo viewers. This is Yasha with Souls Intersect, and I'm doing your March of 2016 reading. This is a general reading. It's an intuitive and tarot reading. I do pull 3 tarot cards, and I use some of the traditional interpretations of the tarot. However, I have a very strong intuition, and I rely on messages that I receive during the reading from Spirit also to deliver the message. The 2 cards in the back are going to be things that play out for you during this month. And the card in the front, which is the last card that I pull, is either going to be some kind of outcome or possibly an overarching underlying theme to the reading. I also look at other things in the cards. It may seem sometimes like I'm not using a traditional meaning to the card. It's because of messages I'm receiving that are being triggered by items in the card, objects, colors, expressions on the faces of the characters, things like that. Okay, so my focus is being drawn to the Strength card on the right here. I feel like this is your card. It has the lion on it, and you're a Leo. Also, it's the number 8, and it's reiterated there with the infinity symbol, which is also like an 8. So I feel like it's confirmation that this is for you, Leo, and also that it could be a really good month for you this month of March, since that's what this reading is for. The importance of 8 being that a lot of you Leos, probably half of you, were born in the 8th month of August. I know not all of you. And so for those of you who aren't, that could also just mean that something that you're doing right now may be coming to fruition in the month of August. You may be starting something right now that will finish in August, and also that August could be a good month for you. I'm also noticing that all 3 of the characters in this reading have that kind of golden, lighter hair coloration. It could be that some of you have that. It could also be that some of the people in your life this month have that coloration. It's also the lion, which is that color as well. And if it's not people with that coloration, it could also just be that's a really good color for you right now. It may be a good month to be wearing your gold jewelry, for example, or to be decorating with that color, wearing that color, choosing stones or crystals with that color. For a lot of people around the world and in some parts of the US, it's still winter, could still be a little bit cold. And this color is a really good warming color, so I think that could help you out with that as well. I'm getting the message that some of you could be experiencing some mood swings, and it may seem really simple sometimes to change up things around your house or what you're eating or wearing or looking at in terms of decor, but sometimes that stuff can really help. I feel like especially these colors. So definitely the gold. It's in all 3 of the cards. But the gold and green here, I think, is really important. The gold and green are going to be really good colors for you. Okay, now the card on the left is the High Priestess. I really like that card in this deck. It highlights both the intellectual side of the High Priestess and also the spiritual side. So we have the book and the print on the shirt, which makes me think of the intellectual side, and then the arch in the background showing the sky, the universe, and the fact that the figure is kind of looking off into the distance highlights the spiritual side for me. So the message that I'm getting is to find a really good balance between those things, and the 2 is also confirming that. A balance between the spiritual and intellectual. It may be that a lot of you do work that's intellectual, either you're in academia or you're doing things that are highly analytical. It may just be that your work or projects you're working on require a lot of reading or time spent in front of the computer. And those are great positions for Leos. But I am getting the message to balance that with your spirituality, to take a moment to look away, kind of zoom out, even be outside in the open space, like what's behind that arch, and remember your place in the universe. So to kind of zoom out, meditate, to help balance out some of that intellectual work that you're doing. Okay. Okay. And also the fact that the coloration on the clothing for the High Priestess in this depiction and the background, the arch and the columns there, they kind of match in color. I'm getting the message that some of you may be trying to either blend into the background so as to not be seen, possibly to spend more time getting your work done, or the other side to that may be that some of you are trying to fit in or match others in vibration. And the message is that you can try, and it may help you in certain situations, but ultimately you're not going to be able to do that. You're a highly spiritual individual, and you're not really going to be able to hide that. So to embrace it as much as you possibly can. Yes, sometimes we definitely have to match other people at times to get something done in order to work with others, to cooperate. But ultimately, remember who you are and remember your spirituality. Zoom out and focus on that. And try not to, at least in terms of the big picture, blend in or fit in too much. Because you're a very unique person. And you also possess a lot of strength. So you have the mental and spiritual strength, but you also have the physical strength. So balance is a really important aspect to this reading, because we have the physical side here. And of course, this can also be mental and spiritual strength. It doesn't have to be physical. But with them paired next to each other like this, and her demonstrating the physical aspects of her strength, I feel like that it's showing a balance between those. So not only to balance and make time for both spirituality and what you do with your mental capacity, but also to make time for physicality. And so this could be exercise. It could also be sexual. So making time for that for some of you, sexual activity. All in all, to be able to balance those things. I think I'm getting the message that it's going to be a really busy month for you. Okay. So going to the front card, which is the Page of Pentacles. Let me see what I get for this card. Okay. I'm really noticing the outdoors in this card. The background seems to be really showing me that tree and almost what looks like a rainbow coloration in the background. So it is going to be really important for you to spend some time outdoors. You may be wondering why I'm getting this from Pentacles. Well, it can also, sometimes it's about money or material things, but it's also the earth energy. And so with that, we think of grounding. And so I think the outdoors is going to be a very grounding place for you. And again, if you are doing something where you're in front of a computer or have your head buried in a book a lot in order to get your work done, it may be especially important for you to get outside and get some of that exercise, as I mentioned. So that's one of the messages of this card. It's coming from the background. The other thing I'm noticing is that it's interesting. This character here looks... So sometimes I see different expressions, and that's because it's being colored a little bit by some of the messages that I'm getting. I've definitely seen this character look a little bit serious or solemn, but I'm almost seeing a little bit of a smirk this time for this reading, and also the way that the hand is on the pentacle. It almost reminds me of like when you're about to throw a frisbee in a certain way. And then the paisley and the decoration on the hat are reminding me of just a child or something really playful. And because it is about grounding, I think that's one of the messages, one of the ways in which you could get grounded or get some of your exercise or outdoor time is by being playful, doing something fun, throwing a frisbee even, or softball or something along those lines, playing with your dog outside, something like that, or with kids even, your kids or others. But also that in terms of money, the way that the character just seems kind of nonchalant and maybe a little playful and about to toss this, I don't think it's saying like to throw away your money, but maybe to treat yourself a little bit. Do something fun with your money, especially if you're lucky enough to where you're working hard and benefiting from it financially, even if it's just a little bit. I don't think it's necessarily the month to be storing that away, and I'm not going to discourage anyone from saving money because I know that that is great when you can do it. However, the message I am receiving for I think those of you who will be drawn to watch this video is to treat yourself. So not to throw it away, but to treat yourself, to do something fun, buy something a little extra, and maybe spend a little on something relaxing. Because I think that's going to help you get grounded and help you get out of some of the seriousness of some of the work that you've been doing. Okay. All right, Leo. So that's all the messages that I'm getting for you for this month. I hope it is a good month for you, and I wish you luck with the work that you're doing. I'll be back with you guys next month. I look forward to doing your April reading. Take care. If you are interested in getting a private reading, just go ahead and email me at soulsintersect@gmail.com. Thank you.